So have you ever wanted to build a tree house or a tree platform? Maybe someplace that you could escape to commune with nature, just kind of get up in the trees and veg out and feel part of the forest. Well, you follow my channel, you know that I have. I've got a couple of tree platforms. They're not tree houses, they're not enclosed. Matter of fact, I'm up in one right now. I'm doing this little video from the lowest of my tree platforms, which is, it's still about 20, 25 feet off the ground, where I'm at. But this is the easy one to get to. I've got a big log that I can walk up and get me right into it. The second tree platform I've got is way out over there in the top of a giant fir tree. The fir tree is, well, the platform's over 100 feet high, let me put it that way. It's kind of an adventure just to get there. Well, the long and the short of it is, I was called out yesterday to a client who sent me an email, and the email said that they wanted me to inspect a tree because the husband wanted to build a tree house in it. The wife sent me the email. She said she wants to make sure that the tree is safe before he does the platform. So I was on vacation and I said I'll be there in a few weeks. And I finally got around to it and I called him up and went out and met with him. And I got there, interestingly, he had already started. He had put a lot of money into getting this particular type of hardware. I think they're called tabs. They're rather massive. Let's go back a little bit. I'm sure a lot of you watch the television program Treehouse Masters, and I'm a big fan of that program too. Pete Nelson, he has a little treehouse B&B up in Washington State now, but he's made his living building tree houses, real custom tree houses. And one of the things that they have, I'm not sure if he invented it or it's something that he was able to purchase, but they're these fairly extensive pieces of hardware that you drill holes into the tree, and then there's a big collar that goes onto this thing, and the collar is about 3 inches in diameter, which means you have to have a Forstner bit to put that recess in first, and then you have to drill out the center, which is I think it's as much as 1.25 inches, 1.5 inches. It's a fairly extensive lag screw that goes in there, and then you've got a protrusion that comes out and a nut on the end, and then you've got this little containment that can't slide off because of the nut, but that allows the platform to move in the wind. And it's a great idea. I had never seen one of these until yesterday, and this guy has invested quite a bit of money in building these things, and the wife was panicking, thinking, is this safe? Can we put our 10-year-old and our 12-year-old daughter up in this tree and make it safe? So let me show you what he did, and I want you to think about, my thoughts are, well, let me show you first. You can tell me what you think. Please send me some comments. Hit that like button, I appreciate it. It helps in the YouTube algorithms for getting me noticed more. Hit that little bell in there, and that'll send you notifications when I put up a new video. And I appreciate all your support. I really do. And if you're not subscribed, please do so. I'll show you a little bit about my tree house and my tree platform way up high, as well as what's going on, and we'll talk about it. All right, let's start by talking a little bit about my adventure into building the first tree platform. Start off with this. There was a tree. It was a big fir tree that had died, and I asked one of my guys to come out here and cut it down, so he went up and he blew the top out, and then he decided to fell this tree. He cut a wedge in it, and he wanted to fall it right there, but he screwed up. He miscalculated it, and it hit this big tree over here. This log went sliding down and wedged itself in the Y between these two sections of this massive 500-year-old oak tree. I was pissed. I was really pissed. I thought, how could you do that? And then my son, he says, well, let's see if we can do something with that. Let's build a little tree platform out there. And I kind of thought, well, all right, you know, what the hell. So we did. We had a lot of fun. You know, it took us a couple of days. You know, Kaylin and I got up there and we built that little tree platform. So it's a fairly easy walk up to get up to that platform. And from that point, you're about probably 20, 25 feet off the forest floor, and you can look out and view all the madrone trees. There's a view of the valley up there. And it's been kind of fun. But last year, that side of the tree broke. It came crashing down. And this tree over here, this side of the tree, is hollowing out. So I know that the lifespan of this tree platform is limited. It's going to go away. Someday this is going to fail. Or this side of the tree is going to fail. It's an old, old, old tree with lots and lots of decay and lots of problems in it. But in the big picture, you know, I'm just a blip in the lifespan of this old tree. So one of my mantras is, it is what it is. So we'll live with it as long as it stays there. When the log gets rotten and falls apart, we'll tear it down. That's my first story. And the second story is, I don't know if you can see up there, but we put a cable in this other tree that extends all the way out to a fir tree on the other side, and we built a platform over there. And from there, we had an additional 50 or 60 foot climb to the very tip top of that giant fir tree out there. And we built another platform. It's an 8 by 8 flat platform with no railings, nothing. It's just a flat place to go up and observe the forest. Tied over there. I've got it tied over here. We've got some ropes that we can clip into. And it's going to feel so much better when we get some boards on here. We got all the metal on there. Where the wind is picking up, feels a
It's
little,
hold up just fine at this
a little sketchy.
You double and triple this wind, I'm getting the hell out of here. Like 50, 60 mile an hour winds will be going to be intense up here. Pretty good. Pretty damn good.
We did it.
We did it.
And I've spent a lot of time up there. I've actually spent the night up there twice, and go up there from time to time, and it gives me a really good vantage point to look out over the forest and see how much of the forest is in trouble. I don't know if you can see, but there's two giant dead fir trees right over there, and behind me another small fir tree has died. So we've got yet another serious problem that we're dealing with. So let me tell you a little bit about it turned out to be a consultation, but I found it somewhat amusing with a client that started his own treehouse. So this is what I observed in the client's build. To start with, they put two of these hardware units side by side, which tells me that they may almost be intersecting on the inside. I'm not sure, but I believe the potential for this leading to future decay is very real. So I got up there and I looked at the overall footprint of what they were building, and it, you know, I got to say, it seems like a pretty cool operation. And what he's doing for his kids, I think that's great. I have not had an opportunity to inspect any of these types of hardware installations. I did contact the company that sells them, and they gave me a long explanation stating that they've been studied for a long time. I guess I have to take their word for it, but I thought you'd find this interesting. So to kind of wrap this up, I do have to say that if you are attempting to build a tree house in a virgin tree that's never had any harsh pruning or any areas of decay. The installation of certain types of hardware will probably have minimal impact to the longevity or the health of the tree. Now, here's the big however. A lot of people have trees in their backyards or close to their homes that have been worked on for a long time, such as this oak tree that I'm inspecting here. There are numerous areas of old wounds, there are numerous decay pockets, and the tree is in questionable health. So now if the tree's going downhill anyway and the people want to do a temporary structure, I guess that's okay, but they should continue to inspect it. Time will tell. Time will tell. But I'm sure the kids are going to have a great time up there.